So hi all you beautiful people. Today we're starting our Sunday Shining with a message from the kangaroo. And the card says, be a force for good. So this is a card of wise, balanced, compassionate leadership. Be a peaceful warrior, an upholder of justice and equality. Particularly help those who are vulnerable. Treat our beautiful planet with respect and love. Then nature will support you. At the same time, you are invited to tune in to the information and knowledge held within the Lemurian crystals. You may not be consciously aware that you are receiving light when you think about or hold one of these sacred crystals. Nevertheless, a download of keys and codes for the new golden age is being transmitted to you and will enable you to ease your journey through life. Be open to receiving it. Hi all you beautiful people. Welcome to our Sunday Shining this week. Happy Solstice, Summer Solstice or Winter Solstice, wherever you are in the world. This point in time on this planet where everything turns, the light turns. So here in the Northern Hemisphere we're experiencing the sun at the highest point, and yeah, the sun is going back down and the darker times are coming. Winter is approaching slowly, and this is a very powerful time to be right here on Earth. So many things are going on, and I keep being told that everything is happening within us, and the way we're going to change this world and create our new world is by creating it within us. And of course it's very challenging right now where so much is happening around us, but really there have been wars, there have been so many dramatic things that have been happening for the last hundreds of years, and especially after we got newspapers and media, all this attention on the world, what's going on in the world, has been enormous. Whereas before that time, where we didn't have the media, we didn't have this access to all this information, we had our personal life, our family life, and we were much less informed. And so in a way we have a tendency, us humans, to say that this is the most dramatic time, but really there have been many, many dramatic times in the world and very awful times in the world. So it's a challenge to stop listening to that voice within us that's saying that what's happening around me is so important, I must fix it, I must know what's going on around me, and that is good, it's good to be informed, but I must focus on it and I must try to correct it with all the different things I can do to correct life out there. And what I feel we're being told is that that is not the way we're going to change this world. We've been told for many years, be the change. So whatever you wish life, however you wish life to be that. If you wish to have a world, be living in a world filled with beauty, be the beauty. If you wish to live in a world that's full of harmony, be the harmony. If you wish to live in a world that is full of peace, be the peace. If you wish to be in a world, living in a world full of wisdom, be the wisdom. If you wish to live in a world that is full of love, be the love. And it's been like that for many years, but now it's even stronger because we are establishing a new world order. We're establishing a new, completely new planet. It's a new age. And that is coming from within. So practicing being the change we've been able to do for a while, as long as we've been hearing that statement. Stop going out with your money or your energy or your whatever you have with you and correct life out there, and go and connect with you in there, inside you, and figure out and understand that you are really the world. Everything that's happening out there, all the drama, is your drama. All the separation, the fighting, one side fighting the other, is your own separation from yourself. You are fighting yourself. So now that we have this subject of the different races of humanity and how some are being put down and not respected, and how all this, and you can go out in the streets and you can shout and you can scream from now on and the rest of your life till the day you die, and that's not going to change that aspect of humanity's life. The reason why we do not respect other people, races, genders, men who don't respect women, women who don't respect men, all this, respecting children, respecting the planet, all this lack of respect comes from a lack of respect within you for you. You are not respecting who you are. And the way to make people stop hating black people, white people hating black people, red people hating white people, whatever it might be, indigenous people being disrespected. We can take this example. The indigenous people, the people who are, you can say, more natural people, because they have been living in a traditional way for the longest. They are more genuine people. They have been for the longest. They aren't anymore because they've been ruined by all the diet and all this. But the fact that people are not respecting the indigenous people is really because you are not respecting the indigenous part of you. That's only why it's happening on the earth. It is a mirror of what is going on in you. So if you want people to start respecting the indigenous people, that's just an example. Go and connect with the indigenous part of you, the traditional, deep, original part of yourself, which is really your divine nature, and start respecting that and connecting with it. Become friends with it. And that's when you start to awaken, because your awakening has not really started till you do that. We start awakening when we realize that I am not the person I thought I was. There's a deep being inside me that is my true self. And I now decide to dare to let go of that person I thought I've been all my life, and to see if it's true. It might not be true, because we all experience different things. I'm going to go on the journey of connecting, finding the true me. And to be able to find the true you, you're going to have to start letting go to your life, letting go of your life. I have this hobby and I have this, and you always do this on the 5th of January, and all this system that you've built up around yourself, it has a price to go and meet your original self. You have to start letting go of your life, bit by bit, and go on the journey of discovering, or really rediscovering, who you really are. And as you go, which is so beautiful, as you go, you will, step by step, you will realize, oh my goodness, the reason why there is so much anger around me is because actually when I go within, I feel very angry. So all the anger I've been reading about in the newspapers, and I see in the streets, and I see my neighbors always so angry, is really my own anger. It's all coming from within me. And instead of, it's because it's so easy to be so busy with all the others, but it's very humiliating. It's very difficult to admit to ourselves that actually I'm full of anger. I've been holding on to this anger. Oh my goodness, it's towards this and this person, or it's all in here. And to get out of the habit or the addiction of fighting the anger out there and admitting the anger in here. But we don't have to make it do a big thing about this, because it will happen. One day you will start to stop, you will stop being so busy with what's going on around you and realize that the only way you are ever going to really make changes and really bring the light is by becoming the light that you are, is by going the difficult path of the inner discovering of yourself, admitting to yourself that you are actually a very angry person, and all the anger you're seeing out there is your own, and to find the love within you that's there, that says it's okay. It's not because you're a bad person that you're full of anger. It's just a part of you you've neglected, and that anger has just grown and grown, fermented. It's been fermenting for 50, 60, 70 years, and so it's nearly exploding. And as soon as you start addressing it, it will slowly vanish. The air comes in and it stops fermenting, and it releases from you, because it's not your natural self, it's not your original self. It's something that happened to you, maybe in another lifetime, whatever. But you are the only one who is going to cleanse away that anger. Nobody can do it for you. You're the one who has to do the work. And as you cleanse away, I'm just using anger as an example. It could be sadness, it could be sorrow, it could be feeling like a victim, whatever. It can be all sorts of things. I'm just focusing on anger. As you do this work, your world will change, and you will not see the angry neighbor anymore. He might move, or he might change. He will change. Move or change. Or you will move. So the anger around you will diminish, because your anger is diminishing. And as you go, you just keep going, pottering on, and just discovering, oh my goodness, there's more anger here. That's towards this person. Oh my goodness. I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going. I'll go into that anger. I'll clean it away. As I've described it, it's like a house with this big mansion with all these rooms. And in one room there's all this anger. It's in there, sitting there, waiting for you. And you're going to clean that room out. And if you don't do it willingly, or if you don't do it, if you don't do it willingly, life will help you and really make it miserable for you. So one day you will do it. I'll just cough. So yeah, that was a little prelude, apparently. Thank you for all your comments since last time, and I can see there's less and less people watching these Sunday Shinings, And the initial reaction could be, am I getting worse and worse? Is this worse? Is this not very good? And that's, luckily it's very short. I listen to that because I feel with myself it's very useful what I'm sharing. And if less and less people can use what I'm saying, it's okay. Because that's what I feel. This is the way to go, that whatever we're sharing and doing in our lives, it has to be deeply true for us. And I'm sharing what is deeply true each Sunday, where I am in my life, and what I feel I'm being guided to share with you. And even though the numbers keep going down, I think I'll just keep doing it, because if it is very valuable to one person, that's good. So I love doing these Sunday Shinings, and I love how you respond, and I just love the feeling that you can use it too. And to be quite honest, I use the videos too. I watch them myself, actually many times, and I can use it myself. And it must be because what I'm sharing is, which I believe we're all doing, when we feel it, we are in a very good, loving, heightened state. We're sharing messages from all over, and so we become a channel of love and light and the new world. And so we can what I'm saying right now, I can use myself later on. It sounds really strange, but that's what I do. And so it's very, I feel it's such a gift to be able to do these Sunday Shinings. So and last time was very powerful, and I felt I was very much guided on after the video was made, and after your reactions also. And what happened the next day was that I was guided to adopt a man called Robert Enright, I think I'll put a link under here, who has created the International Forgiveness Institute. And it's a movement. He's been working for 33 years simply studying forgiveness, and has created this organization which goes all over the world, which is completely focusing on forgiveness. And it's all types of forgiveness. So one race against another race, men towards women, women towards men, children towards parents, countries towards countries. It is simply the element, this aspect of life that's forgiveness. He's trying to really spread the message, or that's what he's doing, that when you forgive, you change the world. And you not even, you change the world, and of course you change your own life. And so for 33 years, he's been studying this, and actually studying it medically on different groups of people. So for instance, there was a group of men, in middle-aged or sort of aged men with heart problems, where they had two groups, and one group was just given the ordinary medicine, the other group was given the medicine, I think, but also did forgiveness therapy. And they work in this with this step-by-step process that he has built up, where you get to really focus on forgiveness and start to help yourself to forgive whoever you need to forgive in your life. And it was clear that the ones who did this forgiveness therapy, their heart started working better. The blood flow was increased, or they became healthier. And different groups they have tested, and so it works. Of course it does, but it's just wonderful to see there's actually people who are doing these studies who are proving that when you choose to forgive whoever needs to be forgiven in your life, could be yourself, you become healthier, your life becomes better. And what he says is that people who don't have hope for the future, they start feeling hope. And of course then they can help others forgive. So it is really God working through this man, of course, helping us humans to understand that when we forgive, we are bringing love to this world, and we are healing ourselves, and we're healing the planet. So that was very, very wonderful. And he's wonderful to listen to. And it's also, yeah, it's good to just really dive into this subject of forgiveness. And he explains what is forgiveness. Just he goes right down to the basics. And one of the projects he has is that they have actually made a school system of books and maybe DVDs, whatever, that they send out to schools where they teach the children to forgive. And apparently, because in one of the things I saw by him, he was asked, but what do you do when the parents are not forgiving people? So the children are learnt to forgive in school, and they go home and hear their angry parents who hate the blacks or hate the people who are not Catholics, they're Protestants or whatever. And he says, well, when the children, the parents are also given these books or something, and when they start to work with the children, teaching their children to forgive, they change too, because the fact that they have to teach and help their children forgive makes the parents start to forgive. It's so beautiful. So when we feel badly treated by others, that is the way to go. Forgive them. And as it says in the Bible, you're not to forgive 7 times, but forgive 7 times, 70 times, 7 times, 70 times. Forgiveness, as also he's written many books, this Dr. Enright, forgiveness is a way of life. Keep forgiving. Every single moment. Keep forgiving. So you become a forgiver. Keep forgiving. And as he says, the whole thing of what is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not to say that whatever people have done to you was okay. So you can go and have a look, and I'll put a link. So it's very fascinating. Very beautiful. I just love how this internet is such a gift, and that we can go and find lots of terrible things, but you can just not see that. I don't see that. And you can just keep finding these people out there who are doing such beautiful things. So that led me to that, and yeah, I just feel I've been really led on this week. And so, yeah, there are a few more things. Yeah, I got 2 more things that right now in life, in where we are right now on the earth, in the journey of the earth, and this whole shift that we're going through, and with all the drama that we can see around us, and whatever is happening in your life, I got this very strongly this morning, that your well-being is really the most important. And to the old ears, we used to have it sound so egotistical, but really that's really the will of God, that you become really, really well. And it's so challenging because there's, bombs going off all around us, and even very, very close to us, maybe in our family life, everything is falling apart. Everything is very challenging. But and I got this the other day also, that as I was driving my car, I was actually on the highway. I did lots of driving this week, and I did so well. It was just really, really wonderful. I sort of was asked myself, well, what's the greatest thing I can do? And also when you think of having children who don't want to have contact with you, who are growing older and older. My oldest child is nearly 32, and might never see you again, or we might never see each other again. Maybe one day she will say to herself, well, maybe she's 45, whatever, I'll go and see where Mum is. And if I had made sure during those years that I stayed alive, I got this thing the other day. Just the fact that you're actually staying alive in this world, what an achievement. Because many people are giving up, which is really quite obvious, because it's just too difficult. Everything is just too difficult. But if you can focus on staying alive, and not only staying alive, but actually being really well, looking after your body, giving yourself the nutrition your body's asking for, keeping yourself beautiful, shining your beauty in your own natural way, living a life that's very fulfilling for you, where you really feel, when you wake up in the morning, I love my life, I love being me. Imagine what a gift that would be for your child, if that's your situation, who suddenly wants to see you, that you're actually alive and that you're well and you're really enjoying your life. So that, I think this was such a wonderful perspective, because when we just look after ourselves, we can feel this is so egotistical. God, can't I go out and help someone else? But really, that was what I got so strongly. Not only stay alive, but get really well. And you are really helping the earth. So whoever wishes to come and see you again, who has lost contact with you, that will be a gift for them. And apart from that, in your daily life, when you go about your day and you go to the shops or whatever you do, you're shining out your beauty, your love, your well-being. You are a person who is well in this world. What a gift! And of course you will be happy, you'll feel joyful, and you'll be able to smile at people. That little thing, that seems so little, is enormous. So you're bringing a message of hope and love, beauty, wisdom, peace, and strength. It's a very powerful message you're bringing, that you have decided that no matter what world you're living in, you want to be well, you want to feel good, you want to shine your light. And if it means that you're not really engaging in so many others, then really just doing that job, what I want to share with you today is that's enormous. That is really and truly and honestly an enormous achievement. And of course, when you have reached that level of well-being, of course you will create more. Of course you will. In whatever way that is going to be, and we don't have to worry about that. But it's a little bit like I shared last week, that first step is peace. That is really, in a way, that is really the first step. Make sure you're well. Make sure you are at peace. You are relaxed, which means, well, it's step by step. You relax and you decide, I want to be well in this world, no matter how old I am, no matter what's happening around me. I decide that I'm going to shape my life so that I feel really well. And that is the beginning to your new beautiful life, where you will be able to create much more, if that is to be. So that in itself is really enough. So it's so simple, and yeah, what we learned before, that you must go out and change. You must go out and do something. I mean, do something about the world. We're being told the absolute opposite. Don't do anything about the world, because the world is really just a mirror of what you're doing to yourself. Go and look after yourself. Become the beautiful, shining you that you were created to be, and then the world will change. Completely automatically. And the beautiful thing is, I mean, because that's really what I've been sharing with you, really all through these two video YouTube channels, is really very much looking after myself and making sure I feel really good. And I can share with you, it feels good. It's a wonderful lifestyle. to make sure, and it's not easy, because you have to keep going back to your inner self and asking, is this diet the right thing for me? Is this really good? And you might get the answer, yeah, it's fine. And a few days go by and you realize it's not fine. So getting the really clear messages of what is really going to make you feel well can be very hard to hear. And so we're being forced to become very, very, very quiet. You're only going to get the very, very true messages when you become very, very quiet. So this leads me to the next thing, that in a way God is forcing us to become very, very quiet, because the truth will not come in the big noise. We're not going to find the truth in the big noise of all the people shouting and screaming. You won't find the truth that you need for your path ahead is in the deep, deep, deep core of your being. And you need to become very quiet to hear it, because the soul speaks with a very, very, very quiet voice. So the last thing I want to share here, it was what I got. I got it during the night, last night. Cradling in the bosom of love. And that was a very powerful message I got last night, was to allow myself to experience that God, I am lying in the bosom of God. And He's holding me, and He's filling me, or she is filling me with the purest, deepest love every single moment of every single day and night. I'm being bathed in His love. And what I was being told was to feel it, to notice how loved I am, and to feel it in every single fiber of my being, that I am so deeply loved, that the love I'm receiving is the greatest of all loves. There's no more powerful love than the love I'm receiving. And I am a beloved child of this universe, and the love for me is endless. It's never ever ending. I'm standing in a waterfall of love. I'm cradling in the bosom of the Lord. I am so deeply, deeply, deeply loved, and I am now, and I will be forevermore. And it's like God was asking, are you receiving my love? Are you actually taking it in? Because I can't force it in. I can give it to you, but I can't force it into you. You are the one who has to be the sponge that says, oh, thank you. And now I feel it. I feel all my being is filled with your love. Thank you. And that state of being, we have to allow, and we have to become conscious of it. So one thing is to say, oh, I am loved. I'm a beloved child of the universe. God loves me. That's fine. Get on with my daily job. That's not enough. It's not enough. We have to go deeper. We have to say, okay, how does it feel to be held in those arms? How does that feel physically? How does it feel in every level of my being? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in every single fiber of my being, in every single tiny molecule of who I am, from the tips of my toes and to the tips of my hair, all the way to the end, from that end to that end. How does it feel to be completely bathed in love? And that's what God asked me to do. Do that. Feel it. Because that is the truth. So we're getting brought to the deeper stuff. And right in here, we're being told that it is your allowing. We're coming right down to the free will that God created us with the choice to go into darkness, to live in an amnesia and to not take responsibility, to let the world be against us, whatever, to live in separation, or we could choose the path of light and love. We had the choice. We're given free will. This is what is special on this planet. You're given free will. You can go whatever way you want to go, and God will never ever stop bathing you in love. He's been holding you ever since the beginning of time, and he always will. He's cradling you in his bosom. But you are the one who has to decide whether you want to feel it or not. That's your choice. So you are the master, you are the allower. So do you allow yourself to experience the love of God in every single part of your being, and to live that? To let that be your new self. And to step out of your bed, out of your home, and go out into this world, and every single moment of your existence to be aware that you are bathed in love, and that you are the sponge who has filled itself with the love. You are filled. Your chalice is full. God is pouring it in, but you have to take the lid off and say, okay, I'll take the lid off and I'll let you fill me. And of course that's what God wants. He wants our chalice. He wants us to be filled with him. And at this point in time we have to be aware that we are. It's not enough that we know we are. I know, I've been told, God loves me, that's good. No, I have to feel it. I am the beloved. And now I will, in a little while, get up out of this chair, and I'm still the beloved, because I know that now my chalice is full. And God is saying, that's all I want you to do. Be full. And what we are, of course, when we are in this state of being, we allow this state of being in our body. Of course, we will experience that we are the temple, and we are God. So it's fulfilled. We took the lid off. We don't need the lid anymore. We're still our personality, but we are filled, and that's the way we're going to live from now on. Whether we're going to the shops, we're going to meet the Queen of Denmark, we're going for a walk with our dog, going to manage our business with 3,000 employees, doesn't matter. We are the filled chalice. So yeah, that was the last little thing, which is really yeah, I felt very, very, very beautiful. So let's go to Gabriel and hear what he has to say. So today's message is the Gabriel message number 37. Accept that you are a radiant spirit of light who is growing stronger every day in patterns of wholeness and truth. Dear one, you are a radiant spirit. This is your essence, your connection to the God Source. This is the part of you that never dies, that lives in oneness with all that is, was, and ever shall be. When you recognize the truth of your pure essence and remember this, your daily life can take on a lighter quality. You will be able to look at each situation from a more expanded perspective. Who you are is a wondrous being growing towards wholeness, peace within, and a joy-filled awareness. Through this growth you are finding there is an ultimate truth that runs like a strong current throughout your life. This truth leads you homeward to that place within you where God dwells eternally. As you hold to this radiant truth, old patterns of thought begin to drop away. You respond more honestly to life in the moment, rather than reacting from old patterns of thought that no longer serve you. As fear and self-doubt cease to run your thinking process, a radiant presence emerges, your true self, the one who is in harmony with all of life. You are courageously moving toward the light that you know to be ultimate truth. You feel yourself growing stronger in the new patterns of thought you now embrace, thoughts that encourage love and peace within you. It is a time of profound change on the planet. You are recognizing the need to find the still, peaceful center within you to come back to when the world becomes tumultuous. Every day you receive glimpses of this place, so it becomes easier to access. You know that with practice and a clear intention to find peace within, this will occur. Courageously you look beyond surface appearances of craziness in your world and ask for the peace of God to be your only reality. As you do this, a new world opens. A world where miracles become normal and the wings of angels are ever present to enfold you in love. Hold to this place of peace within you. Allow yourself to receive guidance and wisdom from the powerful light-filled presence that is God working in your life. And know the truth of your message from the angels today. Accept that you are a radiant spirit of light who is growing stronger every day in patterns of wholeness and truth. Integrity. Being our true selves. Okay, so we'll finish off this Sunday shining. I think I've said enough. So, I wish for you a beautiful time of the year right now where we are. I wish for you that you have a wonderful Sunday, and I wish for you that you start to feel how you are cradling in the bosom of love. See you, my friend.